What's up, everybody? Welcome to ADD GT. I'm AJ, and today we are doing the Tokyo Expressway 600. So, the World Touring Car 600 event is definitely one of my favorite. Here's a quick list of my setup. I'm running this 2014 Chevy Corvette C7. It comes stock with a 6.2 liter V8. It's an awesome car. You don't really have to do much to this car. It's a weapon right out of the box. So I did do the engine balance tuning and polish supports, but you can do something else to up the power if you'd like, exhaust, make it sound fun, that sort of thing. All training wheels are off, no assist settings other than traction control and ABS. I think that's really crucial if you want to get good lap times here and consistent ones, especially with the road conditions. It's slippery, so off we go. Here goes the Corvette. Gotta say, this is one of my favorite cars ever, so I'm pretty stoked to do this video. On the straights, the Corvette can, it outperforms every other car here, so you definitely have the highest top speed. It gets up to 200 miles per hour, sometimes a little over. For everybody else in the rest of the world, it's about 320 kilometers per hour. I think just a pinch over. The first part of this race, you definitely want to take it easy. I'm sure most of you are already aware, but this car is not forgiving for the clean race. One little mistake and it's over. You lose that clean race. So at the beginning here, with the traffic so tight and the road conditions so wet, I found that it's better just to kind of take it easy, overtake someone here and there, and just roll with it. But on the straightaway, everybody starts breaking apart, and that's a good opportunity to overtake people because Corvette's definitely really good at that, and these high and mid-speed cornering. It does lack a little bit on the launch, especially in the beginning of the race. The roads are wet, and it's a rear-wheel drive vehicle and front engine, so there's very little weight on those rear tires. But don't be discouraged by that because that's fairly short-lived. By lap 6, you'll be launching just as fast as all-wheel drive vehicles, assuming you use good throttle control. And the Corvette and its wide stance is pretty awesome for this track because most of these corners, even the hairpin, you can carry just a little bit more speed than you can in other cars. So, the launch becomes kind of a moot point after about lap 7, I would say. Again, just keep it tight, keep it clean. You don't want to trade paint with anybody or hit anything. You're done at that point. You don't want to lose that. So, I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy this. And I really wish they would come out with some more big money makers with cars. Sometimes it's nice to break away from the Group 3 and Group 4 race cars and do something different, Yeah. Sometimes I just prefer to drive a road car. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I was really hoping for one of the Nürburgring in the latest update. It was a little disappointing. Still cool though. So as you can see, we're at 190, just flying by everybody on these straights. And currently I am 5.5 seconds behind first P1. When you're coming in on this corner, you definitely want to watch for the drier area. If you come in too far on the left, there's a pretty large puddle there. Trying to stop through a massive puddle at 200 miles per hour, even in a fantastic machine like the Corvette, can be a little tricky at times. So it's better just to avoid those big puddles, especially when stopping at that speed. But this is kind of where you get really that pivotal moment for the Corvette. These corners here, you can gain so much time on the leaders, especially after you break out of the pack and get to like P2, P3, it's not so crowded and you can just kind of let it rip. And usually at that point, by like lap 4, the roads are significantly drier and your traction isn't too terrible. So I'm running sports hard tires. I do pit once. I have it on fuel map. You can see the fuel range on this car is pretty impressive. You do only have to pit once. You could probably do a weight reduction and maybe not do a body kit on this and just leave it stock, probably run the whole race without pitting. I haven't tried that, just assuming that might have, you know, I don't know, might work. I don't know why you'd want to though, and it's really not necessary. You're gonna win pretty easy in this car. You know, you just kind of let the car do the work. Honestly, you don't even have to drive very well to get consistent, good wins. It's a very competent car, so you know, just let it do its thing. I absolutely love this car. It's so fun to drive. Another couple good ones are the AMG GT. Any one of those really here. They're all amazing. They also do very well. They don't get as good as fuel range on this. And, you know, personally, I don't get the lap times I do in the Corvette. To be fair, though, I do drive the Corvette a lot. That's kind of my go-to car. So I'm pretty comfortable with it at this point. I've won a lot of races with it. I've been using the Corvette since the sport mode, the 7th gen Corvette I should say, and yeah, it takes the cake for me. There's a few cars out there that really stand out for me as far as, you know, their performance values, the technology that goes into them. For me, Corvette's king, and of course the infamous GTR. Those are great cars as well. Me personally, when I'm doing races, the majority of the time I'm running either the Mercedes AMG or the Corvette. You guys let me know what you think. You know, I want to know, what are your go-to cars, or do you switch it up a lot? How do you do it? Now the Subaru Impreza, you know, we're gaining on him pretty quick here. And he's definitely got a significant advantage again. You know, that all-wheel drive really does make a difference. But, you know, again, that's very short-lived. Also, throughout the video, I fast-forward in some points because just not a lot happens. You know, just kind of slowly gain on Callow, something like that, you know, so... didn't want to run the whole video, but if you guys wanted to see the whole race, let me know in the comments. I could post the entire thing uninterrupted, and potentially even without narration. If you're interested, just let me know. I'm curious, you know. Still don't have fastest lap. Gallows got me by 2 seconds there. I'd love to get fastest lap. Just so you guys know as well, with this car and this setup, I think the fastest lap I've ever gotten on this circuit was like 2:08.5, which is really good for me. Usually I can get a 2:09, 2:10 in there, at least one run on the race. This one I didn't do so well. I think I only got like a 2:11 or something, but you know, still good. And I still got fastest lap. That's what matters, right? Okay, so now we're in P3 and still gaining on the lead, so not much really happens at this point. You know, we just kind of keep our lines, drive clean, stay out of trouble, and just hammer it down. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here, and, you know, that's, that way you're not just watching me drive, I guess, you know, slowly. Pretty long race. And I quickly catch Gallo here. Or Sesquillo, excuse me. The GTR is very, very fast. I love that car. Sloppy, but I overtake him. And now we put him in the rear view. Hammer down again. Now we're off to challenge Gallo for P1. And then as you can see, we're catching him fairly quickly. He pits there, and we're gone. So at this point in the race, we have not pitted, and still have 2 laps of fuel remaining. And we have a significant lead and still pulling away. So, you know, a lot of that, I'm not really driving all that great today on this particular race. But it's still good enough. So here we are on lap 8. As you can see, I have exactly 1 lap of fuel remaining. So I could manage the fuel, you know, and then pit on the next lap. But why? You know, my tires are worn, and if I just throw new tires on now and fuel, I'm good for the rest of the race. And really on the last 2 laps, the tires are pretty well warmed up and broken, and you can kill it on the last 2 laps. So, along with the road conditions, of course. As you can see, we're catching Gallo pretty quick overall, catching him in those corners. And now we are on our last 2 laps, and we're right behind him. One thing that you know, you can keep in mind too, if you're not doing too well and Gallo has a significant lead on you at this point in the race, don't be discouraged, because every time I've done this race, he pits again, usually around lap 10. You know, I think the furthest I've seen him go was like a lap 11, but he always pits twice. So that's something to keep in mind. You know, if you see that he's significantly further than you, don't necessarily be discouraged. I mean, if you're on the last lap, yeah, it's probably a good time to be discouraged, but we're not there. Either way, even if he didn't pit, you can clearly see that we're gonna pass him. So it doesn't really matter if he pits or not. We're gonna beat him. We've been consistently gaining the entire time. You know, apart from overtaking and breaking through the herd. Perfect. There he goes. End of the laps. Now we won't be seeing anybody for the rest of the race. So, you know, just let it ride. Have fun. Right now I do not have fastest laps, so I don't know about that. We're going to have to change that, huh? We'll let Gallo do his pit, and then pretty much at this point I'm just focusing on driving. The roads are fairly dry enough to, you know, have a little bit more fun. Car's an absolute dream to drive too. You can do any variation of this. You know, I did not do a diffuser on it, so I did the full body kit, you know, to add more downforce, and I left the diffuser out though. I noticed that it brought the performance points up like 20, and yeah, you don't really need it, obviously. Corvette is very stable, great high-speed car. These high-speed corners, blind, oh man, they can be tricky. But you know what? I gotta say, this is probably one of my favorite tracks. It's actually was in the very first Gran Turismo as well. I remember playing on the Tokyo Expressway when I was like 13. So now we're hammering it down. We're about to cross into the last lap. We have a strong lead. We are now 22.5 seconds in P1. So we have a very strong lead. At this point, you could, you know, if you were concerned about wrecking or what have you, you could just take it easy and finish out the race and ensure you get your clean race bonus, you know. Me personally, I'm going for fastest lap on the last lap here. We can't have that. It's unacceptable. We must have the fastest lap. So, ripping down the track, keeping our line coast. You want to downshift nice and steady. I always apply the brakes before I downshift. Or, on occasion, I'll downshift and then apply the brakes. But definitely steady, consistent braking and steady downshifting. Start downshifting too fast, you're probably going to lose control. You're trying to slow down from 200 miles per hour to 320 kilometers per hour. Going through the corners, I love these corners. Every time you go through them, especially after like lap 6, man, you are just gaining seconds. I'll usually, like on average, you probably gain 2 seconds through those corners for every time you go through, and that just increases as the roads dry. So. Final lap, I'd really have to screw up at this point to lose it, but again, going for fastest here. This is my last opportunity to do so, so I'm pushing pretty hard here. The tires are in great shape, they're like at that perfect point, and I am hammering down. I'm surprised that I got fastest lap here because I did cook that corner. Came in a little hot there. Well, heck yeah, guys. So, let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you want to see anything. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, you're awesome. I'm going to get new recording equipment, so hopefully I can have a much higher quality sound in my voice. And, again, thank you guys. And like and subscribe. I'm going to be pushing out more videos. I want to do more things. So, let me know what you guys think. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Still got the fastest lap.